Fear. So what let the backroom boys steal history? Given their bloodlines, they assumed it was theirs to steal.
As a student of history, I'm curious. Why didn't you stop them, General?
Oh, I'd hoped maybe I could outflank him.
Forgive the interruption, sir. I took it upon myself to overrule the chief usher.
Then you must have had a good reason.
I'm afraid so. I was about to leave on my ride when Gordon Gray reached me. He tells me a certain special studies group won't be in Washington to brief you Monday.
Do I need to ask which group?
No, sir, you needn't. Apparently they'll be out west and unavailable for the immediate future. I put these together myself, so please excuse the draftsmanship. I understand they've had a clubhouse built for themselves. Some sort of lodge out here in Albuquerque.
Good Lord.
I understand it's well appointed. And they've built themselves a golf course adjoining.
Do we have a cable address for this lodge?
We do not. NSA tells me none exists. And there are no phone lines connected to the site.
Well, they're not using carrier pigeons.
I wouldn't be so sure with these arrogant men. Forgive me.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Bobby, but I need you to get on a plane.
It would be my pleasure.
They need to know that I'll have them brought back here bodily, and I'll use the Army if I have to.
Mr. President, I am not your lawyer, but I am a lawyer. And I hardly need to remind you, sir, of all people, attempting to mobilize
A report to me
military
on the visitor's weapon system is a matter of the highest
Mr. President, I
national
caution you,
security.
I may not have the tickets to
And
hear all this
goddamn it to hell,
information.
Bobby, as a matter of national security, I will write an executive order that compels the group to do exactly that. Report to me, and so help me, I'll do it in the most conspicuous way possible. I'll have the 4th Infantry at their doorstep in a matter of hours.
Well, then. Am I to threaten them in your name with such an executive order?
You're to do the following. Mrs. Whitman has certain files. They relate to some seated members of the group, 10 of 13, I believe. Before you leave, you'll sit down with her and make photostats of certain items in that series.
May I ask where these files come from?
They're Mr. Hoover's. He's been foaming at the mouth for some good intel on the visitors. No one in the group will fork it over.
Mr. President, I advise you not to tip your hand with these bastards. Excuse the French.
That's right. Show them just the sample.
They seem to consider themselves above any law of any land.
But they have one big log in their eye. They fear the light of day. They fear exposure. They're like cockroaches. You're the only man I can trust with what's in those files. Don't worry. You'll still be, what do they call you? Untouchable, unreachable, unquotable?
Let's hope so. For both our sakes. Operator, would you please locate Ann Whitman? Yes, it's Cutler.